dear grade 7 learners. Welcome to another episode of Valenzuela Facebook Live. We are now in lesson 2 of quarter 2, and today is another exciting and interesting day of learning science. Are you ready for today's discussion? Then, if you are excited and ready, kindly click the heart reaction. Great! And for our most essential learning competency today, you should be able to focus specimens using the compound microscope. And these are the objectives that we need to achieve today. First, differentiate simple microscope and compound microscope. Second, differentiate magnifying power from resolving power. And lastly, demonstrate how to focus a specimen using the microscope and apply appropriate techniques in using microscope to gather data in minute objects. As we proceed with our section, I want you to keep in mind these important reminders. First, prepare your pen, paper, and module with you to write down important details. Second, focus on the discussion. And lastly, post only the class-related question on the comment section. Before we continue with the discussion, let us have a game first. We are going to play Jumble Bee. All you need to do is arrange the letters to form the correct word. I will give you 15 seconds to answer each jumbled letters. Are you ready? Then, let us start. Here is the first jumbled letters. Time starts now. Time is up. Now, let us find out the correct answer. The correct answer is simple microscope. Now, here is the second jumbled letters. Time starts now. Okay, the correct answer is great. Compound microscope. Let us proceed to the third jumbled letters. Your 15 seconds starts now. What is the correct word? Very good. Magnification. Next jumbled letters. You can start now. Okay, your 15 seconds is up. What is your answer? Nice. Resolution. How about these last jumbled letters? Your time starts now. Okay, the correct answer is excellent. Specimen. You did a great job. You got all the correct answers. Simple microscope, compound microscope, magnification, resolution, and specimen Those are the important words that we will use in our discussion for today. From the last session, you have learned about the history of microscope and its different parts and each function. You also learned the basic microscope technique and rules to follow. You learned that a microscope is a power instrument used by scientists to observe objects that are too small to be seen by our naked eyes. Now, we will differentiate the simple microscope and the compound microscope. Do you have any idea about the difference between these two microscopes? Then comment your answer. The simple microscope is generally considered to be the first microscope. Simple microscope is one that uses a single lens for magnification. It is a convex lens of small focal length, and its primary use is to see a magnified image of a small object. An example of single microscope is a magnifying glass. Today, simple microscopes are not used often because the introduction of a second lens led to the more powerful compound microscope. The compound microscope offers better magnification than a simple microscope. The second lens magnifies the image of the first. Compound microscopes are bright field microscopes, meaning that the specimen is lit from underneath, and they can be a binocular or monocular. These devices provide a magnification of 1,000 times, which is considered to be high, although the resolution is low. This high magnification, however, allows users to take a close look at objects too, small to be seen with the naked eye, including individual cells. Now, here is the comparison between the simple microscope and the compound microscope. When it comes to number of lenses, simple microscope has a convex lens with only one lens to magnify the object, while compound microscope has two convex lenses. In terms of their focal length, simple microscope has short focal length, while compound microscope has longer and more precise. When it comes to the presence of condenser lens, it is absent in simple microscope, while in the compound microscope, condenser lens is present, which is used to adjust the intensity of light for magnification of objects. Next is source of light. In simple microscope, light source is natural, while in compound microscope, illuminator is a source of light, which is helpful when small pieces needed to be seen. In terms of the type of mirror, in simple microscope, mirror is concave reflecting type, while in compound microscope, mirror is plane at one side and concave at the other side. And lastly, when it comes in usage or application, simple microscope can only be used in simple ways, such as enlarging small letters while reading, while compound microscope has a wide range of use, such as in studying the structure of different objects or organisms. A microscope has dual properties, which is magnification, or what we call magnifying power, and resolution, or what we call resolving power. Then, how can we differentiate magnification and resolution? You can comment your answer. Magnification is the ability to make small objects seem larger, such as making a microscopic organism visible. Microscope has two magnifying parts. These are the eyepiece lens and the objective lens. Take note of this. To solve for the total magnification of the specimen, we simply multiply the magnification of the eyepiece lens to magnify magnification of the objective lens. So as you can see, eyepiece lens multiplied by objective lens is equal to the total magnification. Now, let us compare simple microscope and compound microscope in terms of magnification. Simple microscope takes one level and can magnify up to 300 times only, while compound microscope can take into higher level and can magnify up to 2,000 times. Next is resolution. It is the ability to distinguish two separate points as distinct from each other. Resolution depends on the distance between two distinguishable radiating points. A microscopic imaging system may have many individual components, including a lens and display components. Resolution has nothing to do with the magnification. Then, what do we call the sample used by scientists to observe in the microscope for medical purposes or study? You are right! Specimen. Some examples of specimen are tissue, blood, or urine. Those are used for analysis and diagnosis. Now, let us find out what are the techniques in collecting and observing the specimen using microscope. Step 1. Turn the revolving nose piece into the lowest power objective lens. The lower power objective is the shortest one. Also move the coarse adjustment knob while observing the distance between the slide and the low power objective. Step 2. Place the slide with the specimen in the stage and fasten it with the stage clip. Step 3. Turn on the mirror or illuminator and adjust the condenser to observe the specimen with enough light. Reminder, never use your microscope in direct sunlight, as the reflected light could damage your eyes. Step 4. Look the specimen in the eyepiece. You should see a circle of light against a black background. Step 5. All you need to do is fill in the blanks to complete the paragraph. Use the words in the box as your choices. Let me read it to you first. Today, I learned the difference between blank microscope and blank microscope. Microscope has two properties, the blank and blank. Microscope uses two lenses, the blank and the blank, to magnify the image of the blank. I will give you 20 seconds to answer. Your time starts now. Time is up. Now, let us check if your answers are correct. Today, I learned the difference between simple microscope and compound microscope. Microscope has two properties, the magnification and resolution. Microscope uses two lenses, the eyepiece lens and the objective lens, to magnify the image of the specimen. You all did a great job! For our next activity, you need to arrange the following steps on how to examine the specimen clearly. I will give you 20 seconds to answer. Your 20 seconds starts now. Time is up. Now, let us check if you got the correct answers. To examine the specimen clearly, first, you need to turn the revolving nosepiece into the lowest power objective lens. Also move the coarse adjustment knob while observing the distance between the slide and the low power objective. For the step 2, place the slide with the specimen in the stage and fasten it with the stage clip. Next, step 3. Turn on the mirror or illuminator and adjust the condenser to observe the specimen with enough light. Step 4. Look the specimen in the eyes. Step 5. Adjust again the coarse adjustment knob and fine adjustment knob for the final focus. And lastly, step 6. When the specimen is already visible and clear, change the low power objective to high power objective to view the specimen in different magnification. Great job! You got all the correct answers. And to summarize the discussion, always remember that a microscope is an instrument that makes an enlarged image of a small object, thus revealing details too small to be seen by the unaided eye. A simple microscope is one that uses a single lens for magnification, such as magnifying glass, while a compound microscope uses several lenses to enhance the magnification of an object. Magnification is the ability to make small objects seem larger, such as making microscopic organisms visible. Resolution is the ability to distinguish two objects from each other. Now, class, what do you think is the importance of microscope and why do we need to know the basic steps on how to use it? The invention of the microscope has opened up a whole new dimension in science. It is very important in so many fields, like in medical science, genetic study, and even in examining forensic evidence. Proper microscope uses is an important skill. Not following the steps or procedure will lead to inaccurate result or even microscope damage. So, we learned a lot from our discussion for today. Now, it is time for the question and answer. I will give you 20 seconds to key in your questions on the comment section. Okay, so we got a question from a student in Paso de Las National High School. Ma'am, can you please repeat the difference between magnification and resolution? Okay, so magnification is the ability to make small objects seem larger, such as making a microscopic organism visible. Resolution is the amount of detail you can see, and you can enlarge a photograph indefinitely using more powerful lenses. But the image will blur together and be unreadable. Therefore, increasing the magnification will not improve the resolution. Okay, so our next question is from a student in Malinta National High School. Ma'am, what is the advantage of a compound microscope over a simple microscope? So the advantages of using compound microscope over a simple microscope are: first, high magnification is achieved since it uses two lenses instead of one. Second, it comes with its own light source. Then third, it is relatively small in size. It is easy to use. And our last question is from a student in VENTE RIALES National High School. Ma'am, what is the importance of microscope for us as a student? So in the classroom, microscopes are used to teach students about the structure of things too small to be seen with the human eye alone. Also, the way in which microscopes work can be used to teach students about the properties of light, the physics behind lenses and mirrors, and staining techniques for various specimens. For the follow-up, kindly answer the activities in your Quarter 2 learning packet from pages 14 to 17. It has been a very meaningful and interactive discussion. Thank you for participating and for watching Valenzuela Science Live Stream. Have a great